Okay. So now we got to dive in to Ebony Prince. He became a prominent figure in the Drake and Kendrick beef on Twitter over the last 10 days, not even a week, almost 2 weeks maybe. Basically, this account called at EbonyPrince2k24 just appeared out of nowhere. Literally, the account was made brand new. There's no
Yep.
profile picture. Well, there is. It's like a flag. There's no face, right? And they
No.
just start posting tons of crazy cryptic stuff. They have like actual evidence proving that they're semi actually involved in this. Like
Yeah.
they have the items from the Meet the Grams and 616 in LA cover. They have a bunch of Drake's possessions like jewelry and other things. It,
CCTV footage of Drake, where they what they claim to be damning evidence of him doing something that it's some intriguing involvement for sure. Like obviously, if it was just write offable, like if you could just write it off, then we would just write it off. But we're gonna talk about it because it is actually intriguing.
because at first I was like, this is just some guy trying to get some clicks off this stuff.
Yeah.
But then he started posting shit. I was like, oh, this guy is at least semi legit.
I mean, yeah, he's yeah. I mean, let's start. I guess
So I just wanted to show this first. This is his Twitter page. Ebony Prince 2k24. This is oh, what the hell? That's his
join this month.
that's his profile picture. I don't know what flag that is. And then as you can see, there's tweets for days, and this is all related to the Drake and Kendrick drama basically. Besides there's some ranting throughout, of course. Like
Yeah, so you saw his account was created this month, and he's got 100,000 followers already in like a week.
yeah, it
So
shows right there. Joined May 2024. He just broke 100,000 followers. So people are he's given us enough proof though to know like he has some knowledge, even if it's not like crazy knowledge. He has something.
okay, so I guess we'll start. So the very first tweet he put out,
Yeah,
I guess the
this was
second,
like a
because the
big one.
first the
Yeah,
first
true.
was like the logo to the Ebony House. It's like some weird cryptic logo. You don't really know what it means at first. At this point, he's got 0 followers. Nobody even knows at this point.
Yeah,
But the second tweet, I guess technically he puts out is this video of the possessions, the items from Drake's suitcase, the items that were on the Meet the Grams cover,
yeah.
also teased on the 616 and LA cover. But here's where it starts. Here he proves that, if not proving that he owns the items, that he knows somebody with the items or has access to the items or access to videos of the items. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
As you can hear, it's just Meet the Grams in super shitty audio quality playing
dude.
while he shows
And
all
then
these items
yeah, and then he shows the newspaper to show that it was that day.
that he's taking the video.
He's shaking hella bad. You can see he's got the jewelry receipts. He's got the Maybach glove. He's got the dog shirt. Um, he's
Yeah,
got the Adderall, the
the
Ozempic.
Ozempic. And they're
Um,
dude, as soon as you see this guy hanging prescriptions from a string, you know he's a psychopath.
oh,
And
dude, for sure,
he's
for
like
sure.
he's a
And
Batman villain straight up.
I'm pretty sure that these are all confirmed. Like this, all these items are confirmed to be Drake's. Like all this shit is confirmed, like by receipts and shit. I'm pretty sure. Um, yeah, I
Look
mean, all
how
these
bad the
prescriptions were
video is.
Drake's.
He's just
I
like
mean, yeah, he's
so
shaking.
shaky.
He's shaking so bad, and I would be too. It's mad sketchy, dude. You got like, okay, we won't even. I mean, all right. If what he claims is true, he would be scared. You know what I'm saying? But here it just starts off. Everybody's like, okay, whoa, this is the guy that fed Kendrick the information about Drake. This is the mole. So
That
he
was the
posts
initial
this.
reaction. Like this is definitely the OVO mole. He has the
Yeah.
items in his possession still.
Yep. So obviously that's the first initial reaction. Um, so that was kind of just the first thought. Nobody really thought much further than that, other than this is the mole. He's got the items. But then,
Doesn't stop.
but then the rabbit hole starts to open up, and
Yeah.
now shit starts to get fucking weird, bro. Because his third tweet, I guess technically, is really his second, but his third tweet is a picture of what looks to be Drake, um, some guy in an OVO hoodie in the back, Christopher Alvarez, who is a a journalist. He's disabled in a wheelchair there. Some guy on the left, and you can see it's like a CCTV picture of him in what looks like a hotel lobby or something. You can see the date is January of 2023. So at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Which is also kind of an odd time to be awake and partying in a hotel at 3:20 a.m. on a Sunday. Degenerate activity.
I mean,
Nothing
yeah,
good
probably
happens
after a
at 3
show
a.m.
or something. Probably might be after a show or something. But
True.
then he posts this, and what's the caption on this? He
Hang on,
posts an eerie caption too. So he says, "To Mr. Aubrey Graham, Drake, may this photo help jog your memory as to where you discarded those items." Referring to the items, obviously, on the Meet the Grams cover that he has possession of. The issue in the photo should also jog your memory. Jimmy Brooks, who is the character that Drake played in Degrassi,
Yeah.
would not have been proud of you that night. So the first speculation is Jimmy Brooks was in a wheelchair in the show, and obviously there shows Christopher Alvarez also in a wheelchair. So people speculate that Drake did something wrong or bad to Christopher Alvarez just off the rip, like off the rip. Instantly, people think that.
I mean,
So
that's what
that's
he's
the instant
implying there.
speculation. Yeah,
It has to be. You don't name drop the character from Degrassi that's in a wheelchair. Like
yeah,
he clearly was trying to draw that comparison, I feel like.
yeah, possibly so. And then so it doesn't stop there though. So that's just now the rabbit hole starts to we start to go into it. You know what I'm saying? So now you're like, okay, now it's intriguing because he's got the items, he's got pictures of the CCTV. Like, what's going on here?
And now he's also, not only does he have the items from the Meet the Grams cover, he's bringing new information and new accusations to the table that Kendrick never mentioned, never brought
And
up.
as you'll see, new items that he alleges are Drake's, but we're not there yet.
Yeah. Well, the next thing I have is the video that he posted outside this hotel that the CCTV footage was apparently taken at. So, this video is apparently from basically that night, I believe, right? Like the same night in question.
It's around that time.
Yeah, Drake is showing up to this hotel and trying to get inside, and basically a deranged or a super fan like rushes at him, and she's like detained, and then no one else gets to meet Drake. I guess they were like gonna get to meet him. Then this girl acts crazy, and Ebony Prince says, "I've stood next to you in the rain to keep the paparazzis and fanatics away. I became essential during your stays, having to cancel vacations and all to ensure things like this didn't happen," which is also everything's just so cryptic and eerie. It seems like,
It's
but
kind of a weird
there
video.
is audio
too,
on this one.
I don't know. It's just a weird video.
Girl tries running at Drake.
Hell with that. Oh, Drake.
It's not that serious.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, that chick is down bad though.
Crazy.
But just like based on the audio, it kind of seemed like everyone was gonna get to meet him, and then she kind of ruined everything. But yeah, so like this guy, Ebony Prince, clearly has kind of like led us to believe that he is either working at this hotel, associated with the hotel, does security for Drake, has worked with Drake through via this hotel. Like he's came into contract with Drake on multiple occasions.
So this hotel, and this will kind of come into play later in the story, is the Mark Hotel in New York.
Yeah.
Let's just state that as a fact. And the first video where he shows off the items, we forgot to mention this. He mentioned this. He also shows off his surroundings, and there you can see that's the first. Does he in the first video?
What we
I believe
watched
he does,
the first
right?
video.
Yeah, he shows off his surroundings, right? I can't remember, but I believe he shows off his surroundings, and you can see he's in New York, like by Brooklyn, like by the Brooklyn Bridge or some shit.
Yeah.
So this is all happening in New York City. Is my point.
Yeah. The next video we got, which is also interesting, is kind of him showing proof that he has more CCTV footage than just that one screenshot or whatever of Christopher Alvarez.
This was a bit later down the line. Yeah, he's releasing video of the CCTV footage where he is what's the word? Implying that Drake did something bad that night.
Yeah. But still never showed any like anything bad happening. He's just kind of
No.
implying that something bad happened. So he said, "I bet you thought I didn't have the actual goods, silly rabbit." And then this is the video that he posted next.
Mute this one.
Yeah. And like every video that this guy posts is super shaky and poor quality and on this weird, sketchy, secure laptop thing in a weird hotel room. Like it just gives like super weird, super villain vibes. Like it really does.
Yeah. Right off the bat, it definitely gives like Gotham villain, like
Dude.
Batman would be fighting this person. You know what I mean? And you brought up the laptop, and that's a good point because the first shit I saw about it is like, what an old ass laptop. Nobody's using a Panasonic laptop. First of all, it's not an old ass laptop. This is a secure ass laptop. This is a lockbook, I believe it's called, or some shit. You can get one on Amazon for like $1,500, but
Yeah.
it's meant to be super secure. There's theories that it either belonged to the hotel, like security, you know what I'm saying, and that this person worked there and somehow got their hands on it, brought it outside of work, or
That
that
was
it
like that was my
belonged.
assumption when I first saw it. Was like this is a laptop that you got at work and for security and you're just using it when you're not supposed to be. But then he
Yeah,
posted screenshots of like Amazon receipts. So maybe he just bought it for this purpose. Like that's possible, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. Or and I also heard a theory that, but yeah, then he showed his receipts. But I also heard a theory that it was Drake's laptop. But yeah, he bought it for this purpose. That it seems to be that way anyway. He made a tweet
Cuz
showing a
up to
receipt,
this
like you said.
point, like up to this point, I was kind of assuming that maybe he did have some dirt on Drake or Drake even if he wasn't like assaulting a disabled person, like maybe just being rude or being a dick to them or
Well, yeah.
like
Let me pause you there.
just
He also says about Drake, he's just a bad person to work for. You know what I'm saying? Because this person allegedly works for either the hotel or Drake security. He says Drake pushes
yeah.
pushes service providers out of the way. He banged a head, or yeah, banged a service provider in the head after mistaking them for paparazzi, and then just like being annoying, just being a
Yeah, and
bitch and
that
shit.
all the hotel employees are apparently super stressed and like worried when they hear Drake's coming to town because he's like super difficult to work with. Apparently, that's like what he was saying.
Okay, so I guess let's right off the bat just shut down this. I guess we can't really shut it down, but we'll say this: Christopher Alvarez, the person that Ebony Prince is implying was assaulted on some night in 2023 in the Mark Hotel in New York, came out, and because he's a journalist and he writes articles and shit, he wrote an article. And that's why it was kind of weird that, he wasn't saying shit for a couple days. This shit kind of blew up. Like he had liked some weird comments about the truth will come out soon and like some other weird shit. But
Yeah, I
he has
saw I
since
saw
then,
those. Those were weird though. Like, why are
yeah,
you liking those comments?
yeah, he has since then released an article denying that Drake did anything bad to him. He said, "You got the article? Let me pull
I
it
was
up."
gonna say I have the quote right here. He Alvarez said, "Where is it? I can confirm that I was with Drake on the night of January 22nd. After his New York City concert with 21 Savage, I was called to meet Drizzy at the Mark Hotel. We had a blast listening to new beats. I am not in the position to talk about his character outside of our meetings, but I can say I was not violated in any way." That's the gist. Like he basically said, I did see Drake that night. We hung out. He showed me some beats. It was after a show, like you said. That's why it's 3:30 in the morning. But he was not violated in any way. That was the terminology that he used. So like
Got you.
this guy, Ebony Prince, is like posting pictures of Alvarez. He's a relative, like he's a well-known, maybe not well-known. He's a known person on social media. Like he's not like some random person that no one's ever heard of. Like I feel like it's pretty obvious that he's gonna say something or respond. So like why? I don't know. We never really got more out of Alvarez than just him saying I was never violated in any way. I can't speak on Drake's character outside of that, but nothing happened to me.
Yeah,
That's really all we
which
got out of him.
You can speculate that on your own. Whatever you want to speculate, you can. I'm not going to sit here and speculate on that, but you can have your own opinion on that.
Because there
But
were people online saying that, oh, Drake just paid him to say that. And, like, of course, all that type of shit. Like,
I
that
mean,
was
it's
definitely
possible, and that
it's
was one
possible.
big thing with the Silent Policy LLC or whatever the fuck Drake owns, is that like apparently he's paying people off left and right with this shit, but obviously all speculation. This shit is like this shit is like QAnon level conspiracy shit. So it really gets deep, but it's interesting because there's obviously some basis of fact to it. You know what I'm saying? He has the items from the cover. He's got the CCTV footage. Like he's clearly involved. You know what I'm saying? And here, apparently in July 2023, some 19-year-old led a protest. Okay, so this is where I said the hotel would come back into play. So this hotel, the Mark Hotel in New York, people online believe that this hotel helps human traffickers get young people drunk to be taken advantage of. Apparently, they were known to help Weinstein, uh,
Mm-hmm.
not Weinstein. I'm sorry, Epstein.
I mean,
According
Weinstein, too.
possibly Weinstein too, but I meant Epstein. They're
Yeah.
basically the same people. But no, so this hotel on the internet, and probably not just on the internet, there's probably some basis to it. Is apparently helping Epstein get young girls drunk to be taken advantage of and be brought into sex trafficking rings, whatever. So people speculate that that's why Drake's there. With all the rumors that are going surrounding Drake right now. Obviously, that's something that will be brought up.
Yeah.
But not even regarding the rumors around Drake. In 2023, like I said, this 19-year-old was leading a protest in relation to the Mark's relation with Epstein. So that was happening. And during this time, apparently there was an assault that happened, and police came in and they filed, the report and everything. So it's documented. And apparently, on the document, it names a VIP guest one and VIP guest two, which I believe is speculated to be Drake and somebody else, 21 Savage probably.
That would have been my guess, yeah.
And apparently, this assault could have happened. Like it could have been Ebony Prince that was, uh, almost charged with assault for trying to protect Drake, something like that. So there's some speculation about something also happening with an assault charge around the time of July 2023 as well, because the CCTV footage that we got is January 2023.
Yeah. Which also does bring up a point I wanted to mention. Like, if you've been sitting on this since January of last year, whatever that is, 16, 17 months ago, like, it is kind of interesting that he waits until now with this whole beef going on to now come out and talk about it. Like, maybe he is just holding on to evidence against Drake until he could get, like, money out of it and blackmail him. Like, maybe that's why he's waiting until now. Maybe, I don't know.
According to him, he was going to sell it. He said he was going to wait for Drake to die to sell the shit. That's what he said on Twitter.
He's fucking 35 years old. You're going to wait 60 years?
Well, he thinks I don't know. This is what I'm saying. It's a whole, like, there's a lot of, like, psycho rambling and mixed in this shit, too. So it's, give us a break. We're trying to fucking break this shit down. But, he claims that, he was just going to sell it off or whatever. But then Drake disrespected Kendrick, and, Ebony Prince really respects Kendrick is why. And then apparently he leaked the items to Kendrick, and now he's trying to really shit on Drake because he dissed Kendrick, essentially. Is what Ebony Prince said.
The thing is, like, if Kendrick clearly thought that these items were enough of a thing to, like, bother Drake or, like, make him worry, and he got them from this guy because this guy clearly still has the items. Like, this guy has been in contact with Kendrick, and they've talked about Drake. Like, that's a given.
For sure.
Because he took a photo of these images and used it on the Meet the Grams cover. Like, it's not like this guy is just some random guy. There's, like, a paper trail to prove that he got these images to Kendrick for the cover, and Kendrick thought it was good enough evidence to use on the cover. Like, I feel like that's a pretty big deal.
I agree. And obviously, it's speculated that these items were either left in a suitcase. I believe Ebony Prince claims that they were left behind. And I think we're about to get into this now with the July 2023 incident, because we went over the January incident where, it's speculated that Drake assaulted Christopher Alvarez. But now we're going to move on to July 2023, where I had mentioned the protests and where there was an assault assault charge filed or some shit, right? The Mark Hotel filed a lawsuit against the person that was leading the protests. And then it was just reported that they were harassing Drake and shit. But okay, so now we'll move on. Apparently, this incident that happened in July 2023 could have happened at the Caviar Caspia, which I guess is a restaurant inside the hotel, the Mark Hotel. I don't know if you got the logo for it or whatever, but it just looks like a fish in the shape of a C with a K. Yeah. So this shit gets kind of weird because apparently their CEO once said, "What happens at Caviar Caspia stays at Caviar Caspia."
I mean, but that's the slogan for an entire city.
But listen. There are many stories. If the walls could talk, they would have endless amounts of stories. Thank God they can't. I don't know. It's just a little weird. It gets a little weird.
That could just imply like cocaine use or something, though. Like it could be.
Yeah, sure. I mean, who knows? But this hotel apparently is known to help sex traffickers take advantage of children. So
that means that's what Ebony Prince was doing.
What?
He worked there. He was part of it.
Well, he either worked there or for Drake.
So it's possible. People think it's possible that he worked directly for Drake and not even.
I think
for
so.
The hotel.
Yeah. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably more likely that he worked for the hotel since he has all the shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's beside the point.
Because it was said at one point that Ebony Prince, these items were left behind, and Ebony Prince got them out of the lost and found at the hotel.
Well, this is what I'm getting at. So apparently, there was an incident, this July incident that happened in the Caviar Caspia, this secret community restaurant in this hotel where it's got Epstein ties and shit. Like it all gets weird. But apparently, Drake had left these items behind in the Caviar Caspia after this incident had happened. So an assault or something goes down in the Caviar Caspia. Drake leaves his bags behind. Ebony finds him, right? Ebony claims to have been ordered to dispose of them, I believe, because Drake never... I think Drake came back for one bag, he claims, but not another. So Drake had came back and grabbed one bag, but not the other. He was ordered to dispose of it, but instead he took it for himself. If you work in a hotel, if you find something, you're going to keep it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you find jewelry and shit, you're not going to throw it out.
And he said that was common practice. Well, yeah, of course, if a celebrity leaves behind tens of thousands of dollars in jewelry, you're not going to throw it in the garbage.
You think I'm going to throw this shit out? You're smoking rock, dude. Stop it.
Obviously.
So he claims all that, and then, like I mentioned, he planned to auction items off after Drake's death, but then Drake dissed Kendrick, so now he's coming out with all this. Yeah, and I think that's kind of where we're at right now.
I mean, I still have one more video here that I wanted to show too. It's just kind of like this weird, eerie video. It says, "Dear Aubrey, did you really think this was all about a shirt and some scripts? This was about diamonds. Times for some hard truth." Because Ebony Prince also had items that were never even on the Meet the Grams cover. Like, he has other stuff too, as you can see here in this video. He's just sitting in some weird, sketchy park.
It's so weird.
Now he's playing Meet the Grams again, so I'll mute it. He has another newspaper to show the date, right?
Yeah.
He has his computer. He's outside with all of these items now, and look at all this jewelry, dude. Like,
in a public park.
Yeah, with supposedly Drake's jewelry. A Target. I don't really know. I don't understand what this
And there was a
item is.
bar in 6-6. That just shows that he's getting some target practice in, that he can shoot. There was a bar in 616 in LA that Kendrick refers to. He says find the jewels like Cash Doll. I just need you to think. So people think that he's referring to these jewels in 616 in LA. So it gets deep, man.
I mean,
But yeah, I
there's
think
also
that's where
these
we're
ones
at.
though. There's
Yep,
more
yep.
jewels because he also shared this, and there's like more. Like he has a ton of Drake's jewelry. Why would Drake not take the jewelry? Like if that is true that Drake came back and took one bag but not the rest, like why not take all these tens of thousands of dollars in jewelry that this guy has here? It is weird. The whole thing is just weird.
Well, that should. I mean, I think he claims that some of it is Drake's and some of it might not be Drake's, or
Could be someone
what?
else's, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, this guy, Ebony Prince, okay, he just appears out of nowhere after, it was like a week after Not Like Us. Like, the beef was over to people online. And then all of a sudden, this random figure appears, and he's like, I have all the items from Meet the Grams. And also, I'm going to tweet every 30 minutes for 7 days, threatening Drake, threatening to extort him. I have all this damning evidence on you. You've assaulted disabled people. You're horrible to employees. Like, all this shit, you're tough to work for. And, like, as of now, on the 17th of May, like, this is still going on. He's still tweeting. We still don't really know what he's after. My assumption was kind of like, he's trying to blackmail Drake for money to hide whatever evidence that he might have. Like, that seems to be what he's trying to do, because he hasn't given us anything.
I mean, it's 100% extortion if what he claims is true. He's blackmailing him just by the book. That is straight up definition blackmail. You know what I'm saying? But
like classic blackmail. Here's a screenshot of CCTV. Give me money or I'll show the whole video. Like, it's straight out of a movie.
There's insinuation that there was the incident with Christopher Alvarez that Drake potentially assaulted him. And then
which he denied.
Insinuation with this July incident that possibly an underage girl was assaulted in this restaurant, is what I think the rumors, speculation is right now. So with Christopher Alvarez, obviously we said that he denied it through the article and everything, but Ebony Prince hasn't let up on him quite yet. Through Twitter, like we said, he's still rambling off. He says that Ebony Prince says essentially that Christopher Alvarez is lying and that Drake did do something to him, and that he said something like the birds of the feather flock together or some shit. Like, he speaks in code. He speaks in fucking code 90% of the time, but he's insinuating
really
that Christopher Alvarez is lying, Christopher Alvarez is lying about the situation that happened. So we'll keep y'all updated about that, man, because that shit is crazy.
Yeah, because as of right now, Alvarez denied the claims, and this guy's not letting up. Like, he's still going at it. He's calling Alvarez a liar. Drake paid you off. Like, I still have dirt on you. Like, so overall, like, what are your thoughts on EbonyPrince2k24, the man who shook the game up? I mean, he really did shake it up. People were kind of like, okay, this is over. It's dying down.
It's interesting.
And he comes out of nowhere and shakes it all back up again.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's got something, bro. I feel like he's got something. Because, he's clearly involved. He's got the items from the cover. He's got, the police reports about the assault that happened. Like, he's got the fucking CCTV footage. He's got, like, shit just... There's too much that makes sense for it to just be written off as nothing. You know what I'm saying? But obviously you got to take it with a tub of salt. Like,
but if Ebony Prince has something, like, rock solid against Drake, and he's doing all this crazy stuff on Twitter, all these threats, you would think that Drake or someone from Drake's team would have reached out to him and tried to pay him off or something.
I mean, there's theories that he's already been paid off. And
I feel like he would have posted, unless that's really all he wanted was the money, but, like, if he was actually trying to get at Drake and someone reached out trying to pay you off, like, you would post screenshots like, Drake's guy just messaged me trying to give me money.
Yeah,
like, then Drake's fucked.
Yeah, but no, this ain't like Twitter games we're talking about here. We're talking about real life shit. Like, somebody pulls up on you, like, like, we're not talking about DMs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Over like this shit, they're gonna pop up like, we'll give you fucking whatever.
With a suitcase full of cash,
with full of 10 million, and then you just don't say shit. Then you fucking keep rambling on Twitter. You make yourself look stupid, but. It's interesting, man. It's crazy. Like, you can go a lot of different ways with this conspiracy. Like, there's a lot of different theories you can take it, but
I mean, obviously,
it's intriguing.
obviously there's legitimacy to his claims in some way. He has the items, but I just feel like if you go to the bottom of his page and read every tweet up till today, like it's clear that something he's talking in code, like you said, like it's super cryptic. You have to like decipher what he's actually saying. He goes on random rants about completely unrelated shit, and he'll post like a YouTube link
the Ebony
to some
House
song.
shit too. Like it's really cryptic. Like he's a part of some like cult or some shit. I don't know. Like it's weird, bro. It's weird.
Well,
some
hey,
cryptic shit.
Ebony Prince, if you're seeing this, we'd love to interview you. Come on the show. You can wear a mask. We'll disguise your voice. Come on the show. We want to talk about it, break it down. Let us know what you got. We'll private whatever you want to private. We'll clone your voice. You can wear a shiesty. Come on the show. We want to interview you. We'll reach out.
That'd be amazing.
We got to get Ebony Prince on the show. We got to find out what's going on.
Amazing. Stop it.
I mean, I feel like it'd be easier to just talk to him on an interview instead of trying to decipher his tweets.
It definitely would be.
Like, come on the show. He only has 100,000 followers in a week.
Drugs in treatment, bro. Just fucking change his voice, blur his face. We're chilling.
Just like Vice News does for all the drug lords that go on their show. Like, we can do that.
Yeah, you're good, bro. Come on.
Come on the show. So stay tuned. Next week, maybe we have Ebony Prince on the show.
That'd be sick.
I'm going to try. We'll try. We're going to reach out. We're going to try to get him on.
But yeah, I'm sure there's some shit that we even missed. Like, the rabbit hole goes deep, dude.
Yeah, it's not over. Like, he's still tweeting, like we said.
For some people, like, the connection with the Mark Hotel to the Drake allegations and everything that's going on with Drake right now and the Epstein shit and the connection with that, like, that one fact alone, I know some people that just blew their minds. So it's interesting shit, man. Interesting shit.
It's Off the Top Podcast, got you laughing like you hit the gas pack. Show is crazy like you watching Mad Max. Every other podcast is mad whack. Off the Top